for good reason, Erica.
Yeah,
It
totally.
gets so blinding there. The Denver police officer and two convenience store employees who were shot on Monday night are now recovering at home. The officer was hit in the leg while police responded to a report of an armed robbery at the Maverick gas station on South Parker Road in Peoria on Monday night. DPD says the gunman locked himself inside the store with two employees. Officers shot and killed the gunman. Police have not yet released his name.
As the second longest shutdown in U.S. history drags on, there are more concerns that it could hurt more children. There's a lot of uncertainty for families who rely on SNAP food benefits and early childhood education programs. Warren Village serves unhoused and low-income single-parent families. Currently, they operate 3 locations in Denver, including 2 early learning centers. And each month, they receive close to $10,000 in Head Start funding. They've had talks about what to do if the government shutdown goes beyond November 1st. In the short term, they say that they can weather the storm. It's the long term, though, that's the bigger worry.
It would be really impactful if those funds don't flow in November. We do not know that they won't. We don't know that they will. My call to our leaders in Washington is to truly think about programs like Warren Village and the children that we serve. This is what's happening with your inability to reach a consensus and resolution, regardless of what party.
Yeah, so according to the National Head Start Association, if the shutdown lasts beyond the 1st of November, 140 Head Start programs will not receive their operational funding. Programs that serve more than 65,000 kids.
Air traffic controllers have officially missed their first full paycheck since the federal government shut down 29 days ago. The union that represents them warns flight delays could multiply as controllers stressed out about how to pay their bills call out sick. The FAA restricts the number of flights landing and taking off at the airport anytime there is a shortage of controllers to make sure air travel is safe. Recent absences have led to isolated delays around the country, including at DIA, because the FAA was already extremely short on controllers before the shutdown even began. And as it drags on, controllers are getting more worried about how to pay their bills.
When you ask an air traffic controller to come to work, do the job at the level that is required every single day, and you do that under the shadow of financial stress or stress about your kids or your family, I mean, you're essentially injecting risk into a system that was built at its foundation on being risk averse.
President Trump's Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy also says some workers are calling out sick because they need the time off to work second jobs like driving for Uber and delivering for DoorDash.
College just got more accessible for some local students. It's because of a new partnership between Aurora Public Schools and CU Denver. 9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi is live at CU Denver this morning. Lauren, you actually talked to a student there in Aurora who's excited about this.
She sure is. I talked to a senior at Hinckley High School yesterday in Aurora, and she's so pumped for good reason. She's getting guaranteed admission right here to CU Denver when it's time for her to go to college next year. So here's how it all works. Let's break it down for you. High school juniors with a weighted GPA of 3.0 or higher will be guaranteed admission to CU Denver. Seniors will also qualify with either a weighted or unweighted GPA of 3.0. As a part of the agreement, application fees will be waived for Aurora students. Aurora is the latest school CU Denver has partnered with. They teamed up with Denver Public Schools last month, and DSST has been a partner for a few years now. The student we talked with says it's a huge weight off her shoulders and a huge deal to have this opportunity at a 4-year university.
During my application process, I didn't have to worry as much about my essay or about letters of recommendation. It just felt so nice that since I worked so hard already that I was able to just get into this school. And especially because I really like it, I just felt so relieved.
Coming up on 9 News Mornings and streaming on 9 News Plus, we'll hear from CU Denver about how they hope to expand to more local schools here in the future. Live in Denver, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
Early this morning, Hurricane Melissa made landfall in Cuba as a Category 3 hurricane. It's being called the storm of the century after slamming into Jamaica yesterday as one of the strongest hurricanes in history. New video this morning is giving us a clearer image of the impact of the storm. You can see floodwaters rushing through the streets and going into homes in Cuba. Water is a major threat, and rain that could reach 10 to 20 inches in the mountains could trigger life-threatening flash flooding and landslides that will last even when the wind stops. A Colorado company is making headlines after taking on one of the strongest storms on record. The team flew a research drone straight into Hurricane Melissa, capturing data no one has ever seen before. The drone, built by Black Swift Technologies in Boulder, was launched from a NOAA Hurricane Hunter plane into 175-mile-per-hour winds. The unmanned aircraft flew low over the ocean, gathering critical data on how the storm grew from a tropical system to a Category 5 hurricane. Researchers say this marks the first time a drone has captured a hurricane's full evolution with such detail.
It's exciting going out and doing this, but also we felt like we were gathering really important information, stuff that we hadn't really seen from those parts of the storms before because it's hard to get to.
Black Swift plans to fly again next hurricane season, this time with multiple drones to gather even more data.
Just an absolutely catastrophic hurricane. And as that storm system continues to track, we are actually here in Colorado going to be seeing some indirect effects of Hurricane Melissa. I'll break it down for you coming up in your full forecast, but we are going to be seeing some cooler air pushing back into the state at the end of the week. So for our Halloween forecast, temperatures drop slightly. I'll take you through the 7-day coming up in after the break.
All right, Katie, thank you. Right now, we do want to get you out the door with your traffic impact drive. The one interstate that is slowing down right now is eastbound 270 approaching Vasquez. What we're dealing with out here is actually a stalled vehicle. It was initially reported as a crash and actually looks like it just cleared out. It did move onto the shoulder at least this morning. I've been watching the area just to see if maybe the broken down vehicle needs to be towed, because when that happens, we often will see a lane closure. But it did cause a pretty quick backup to York Street. So just keep that in mind if you need to travel through Commerce City and you are planning on taking eastbound 270, you might want to consider taking eastbound I-70 instead as a workaround, because that is clear and in the green.